Hello, everyone. My name is Oliver Stelfox, and I want to welcome you to the 30th Sessions in Place, where we are having, in collaboration with the Abbey Arts, The Round. And you might be asking yourself right now, what the heck is Sessions in Place? Well, first of all, I'm sorry you've been living under a rock, but we are is a socially distant concert series that's live streamed every Saturday at 7 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m. Tonight we're at 7 p.m., obviously, because you're watching it now at 7 p.m. We do it from Facebook at 720p. We also do it on YouTube at 1080p if you want that full high-quality experience. You should also consider following us on Facebook, subscribing to us on YouTube, and also following us on Instagram, and make sure that you can keep up with all the news that is of all the things that we're doing here, because we, Sessions in Place, do a fuck ton. We are doing this, like I said, every Saturday. So because we're at 30th, there's 29 other ones before it. So check out our YouTube and Facebook and get privy to all that information. The stream link that we have for Facebook, go and share that. Let the people know that this thing exists. The stream link of YouTube, put that on Facebook as well. Double the fun. And maybe even make a Facebook watch party. Invite your best friend, your previous lover. Just make up a random list of people and watch it all together, and it'll unite you as one during this weird COVID time. If you are trying to look at some of our links that we do have a link tree, so go to our Instagram and then go to our bio. There's a link tree there, and that will show all of the links that we have. We have a Patreon, we have both stream links, the YouTube and Facebook there, and other stuff, so have fun with that. And if you are watching this and you're also on Instagram, please do an Instagram story of yourself just watching this, and maybe a perspective of you watching it with the screen. Put forth some imagination and creativity towards your picture, and post it on your Instagram stories, and tag at Sessions in Place, and tag at Abbey Arts. And put that up there so that we here can see how you at home are experiencing this all. I am going to push this to Brent James Driscoll, and he's going to talk to you at home about The Round.
Hi. Sorry. If anybody's wearing glasses, by the way, and you want to know how to not get foggy stuff, boob tape. That's the way to go. Hello, everyone. I am Brent James Driscoll. Thank you so much for tuning into the round number 185, which I actually had to double check with Julianne that was correct, because that's real. I can't believe we're at 185 rounds. I've personally been a part of them since 146, and there's a lot of rounds out there, and we've done 16 years of them now. So big hand at home for us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. That's 185 consecutive rounds in a row. Even through COVID, we've been making them happen. So thank you all for who've been tuning in and watching those. It really means a lot to us. We want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has already donated to support us tonight. It's your generous support that makes nonprofit arts events like this possible. Really, we can't thank you enough. A huge thanks to Sessions in Place. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to be on both teams, so this is very fun for me. For streaming this month's round, and to Lupo and Fremont for donating meals for the artisan crew, and You Need a Burger for those last-minute salads for our tech director, Richard. He's very appreciative of those. Check out the chat for links to donate and for other ways so you can become a supporter for Abbey Arts' mission to empower local music and arts events for people of all ages and all incomes. Tonight, we're going to hear 4 rounds of music from 2 musical artists with a poem in each round. And Acute Blaze will be live painting along with dancing by Fox Rose, Miss Powers, and Ember Whirls throughout the show. That painting that you're going to see tonight, you'll be able to bid on it by visiting Acute's Instagram page at Acute Blaze. Acute Blaze. So check that out. Our spoken word poet for the night is Ebo Barton, who we'll be hearing from very soon. And our musicians tonight are Lerin Herzer. Lerin's back there. Gabriel DeLayne. Yeah! Very excited to see Gabriel here tonight. And special feature of Tiffiny Costello underscoring the whole event. Yeah, we love Tiffany. She does all of our stuff, and she is just incredible. I also want to mention that we are at the Ballard Homestead and not the Fremont Abbey tonight, in case you all don't know. So big thanks to the Abbey Arts team for getting us out here in the Ballard Homestead. It's really nice to be back in this space, which I personally haven't been here for quite a while, so it's nice to be back in kind of our second home. So grab a glass of whatever is helping you cope with this time apart, and let's enjoy the round together.
Toes in the water, feet sink deep into the sand. I become rooted in the earth. The clouds in the heavens stare at me mischievously. I can see they're about to burst. Over there, not filled with water, just tiny stars waiting to rain down on my skin. And I am alone, alone again. She told me water's cool against your skin. I suggest you go for a swim. There's no seaweed growing, the water is glowing. So take off your clothes and dive in. I can see that you are weary, but have no fear, there's nobody else here. There's no monster in this sea. It's just you, the moon, and me.
I can see a red sunrise in the eyes of a stallion, leading out the old battalion through the Carolina snow. With a satchel at my side, I got no one to confide in, and a million men are fighting for a cause we do not know. Growing up, no boy ever truly wants to be a killer, staring down the silver-studded barrel of a gun. Oh, but I have come to know the noise a man makes when he dies is just the screaming of his pride, and so I came to run. And as my feet hit the ground, she's the place I'm bound. Maggots in the maze, I haven't seen the road in days, slowly tripping through the haze underneath the knotted pines, and on every single branch my body's swaying on a rope. What it means to be alone in a young murderer's mind, but something in the distance still beckons me to stumble, despite the constant rumble of a hunger I can't feed. With no regard for reason, I've awaited all my life a return to paradise that I cannot quite conceive. And as my feet hit the ground, she's the place I'm bound. And as the evening dims, I can feel the sickness wind spreading out from its damned origins. And the common medicine is to repent for all my sins, but I've never understood where or how to begin. Stooping to the slough for an undeserved drink, I've had too much time to think, and now this I do surmise, that whether we have fled or are marching to the drums, every single man is running from the civil war inside. So you can call me by my name, you can call me by my nations, both are just as vacant as a breath into the cold, disappearing in the moonlight with all that I confess, and the long way to death of myself into my soul. And as my feet hit the ground, oh, she's the place I'm bound.
When I came out to my mother, her first reaction was to comment on the volume of my voice when I said transgender, as if being myself in public wasn't already loud. I lowered my voice. Do you reach adulthood when your parents' reactions to your unblossoming start to sound hollow like an empty cage? When you look into a mirror and discover you are the only and ugliest salvation your family ever inherited? Do you reach full-grown adulthood when your reflection rejects you in your second language? The language you kept safe in your back pocket is an exhausted compass that only points towards the ocean. What about respect for my elders means mute myself? Are you still an adult if you just want to go home? I learned that being free isn't what everyone wants, especially if you find custody convenient. And I know that you think my gender makes you angry, that your Jesus did not die for this, but the truth is, my gender binds you to fear, uncovers your discomfort from seeing the rapture of my reach, these bare wrists. What about my freedom scares you? I named myself Ebo to worship the slave rebellion that drowned their captors, rose into the sky, turned into birds, and flew back home. Why would you deny me this worship? Why would you keep this story trapped in a book? But don't mistake me for fearless. It's taken me a whole lifetime to get back home, but I'm still willing to come back for you if you want to come. Jaden Smith's skirt, Billy Porter's entire wardrobe, Lizzo's exposed thong, Monroe Bergdorf's middle finger, Zaya Wade, Harriet Tubman, my beard, my pronouns, my lips blossoming on a shoulder blade. We are the efflorescence of eternal emancipation. Come with us. Before I leave, tell my mother I've uninstalled the whisper in my authentic. If you don't want to untie the knots of shame, trying to convince you compromises the wind cradling my wings, so stay in bliss. But ask yourself, are you free? Or are you conditioned to this captivity? Whatever the answer is, please, let me live. I just want to go home.
Here's where I wake up and call it a dream. It's more like a nightmare, and I've been losing sleep. Someone else's garden on your side of town, talking circles, getting nowhere, while the sun goes down. But something's gotta give here. Don't tell me to calm down. Something's gotta give here. Just show me the way out. I've been deep in the valley, hiding from the light, holding on to the darkness, just to give it some time. I just needed a reason to step back from the ledge. I've been feeling so restless, when I've been feeling half dead, and something's gotta give here. Don't tell me to calm down. Something's gotta give here. Just show me the way out. As long as I stay here, well, nothing's gonna change. I stare out the window, and I pray that it breaks, 'cause something's gotta give here. Don't tell me to calm down. Something's gotta give here. Just show me the way out.
time thinking, trying to wrap my mind around one good reason for this living. In the end, all that I found, love strikes like lightning when the rubber meets the road. And honey, although it's frightening, there are some things we just know. Down in old Manchester, I drove out in the pouring rain, saw you waving from the curbside, darling, hair blonde across your face. Love strikes like lightning when the rubber meets the road. And honey, although it's frightening, there are some things we just know. And it was hell giving in, but oh, can you feel it breaking through the dark? A panoply of holy spark. How can I put this but to sing? My soul is a silver rod, and baby, oh my God, I just wanna give you everything. Love strikes like lightning when the rubber meets the road. Honey, although it's frightening, there are some things we just know.
It has been 14 years since I've seen you. Could not point you out in a crowd of 3, you left me twice. The first when I was 2, and the second when I was 14. It was as though you could not leave me enough. As though my infant brain could not remember the sudden absence of your screaming voice climbing the walls of all my future relationships. As though it was my fault. I've heard that you and I share features like a dinner I've been force-fed for as long as I can remember, but you won't even sit at the table with me. My memories of you include when I cut my foot at 3 years old and got 12 stitches, you said, I wrote my first poem at 6, a personification of a street sign I remembered how to spell. You reacted to it like, I got my heart broken for the first time when I was 14. A girl who could not understand my obsession with wanting to spend every lunch period together for a week. When she said we couldn't hang out anymore because I was weird, I went home to cry too. The day you left, the last words you said to me were, give these keys to your mother. And I said, and I've responded to you like this ever since. Are you proud? I learned something from you. Will you tell my ex-wife that I stayed 5 years too long? I was learning how to stay and not be my father's. Will you tell my friends that I don't know how to tell them how I'm feeling because Dear absent father, missing dad, the silent screaming in the gaping holes of my emotional inabilities. This is an obligatory letter to my biology that I will leave at the roots of a tree I can't even identify. What is the purpose of explaining who I am to you if you don't even recognize the miracle I've always been? I am... It feels like... You should know this about me. I'm... Dear Dad, is it because I am two, or two, that you did not want me, but I still exist? I am so painfully permanent. I am such a miracle.
again. And thank you, Tiffiny, for that beautiful moment to just give ourselves some time, some breath, like a little bit of an intermission. And I feel like it's a very important thing to gather peace whenever you can. If you're just joining us, you missed the first half of the round. Ben, you're drifting. There you go. I'm also the camera operator. You missed the first half of the round, and we have 2 more rounds. So don't worry, there's many more things to happen after this. We have seen Lerin Herzer perform. We've seen Gabriel perform. We've seen the fire dancers outside and Acute Blaze painting over there outside as well. And we saw Ebo do some poems, and we're gonna see more of that. And what would be cool is if you would stream that share link that we have on our YouTube onto your social media, and maybe do the Facebook stream that we have. Put that on your social media so that more people can see what we're doing here, because this is a fucking cool thing. I love it. And then we also have an Instagram, and we ask that you at home, if you can go onto your stories on Instagram and tag Abbey Arts and Sessions in Place onto your stories, take a picture or a video of yourself watching this stream and post it up there. That'd be cool. It gives us the unique ability of seeing your perspective at home from where we're at. And I love that aspect. Sessions in Place also has a Patreon, and we ask that you at home watching this right now consider donating, because we're all volunteer here at Sessions in Place, and we are just extremely passionate about making live music live again, and live streaming is all we got. So we put all of our eggs in that live stream basket. And I really want to just continue this round going and making this serenity that's now go back to Lerin Herzer. So now some more Lerin Herzer.
When I woke up this morning, on your side of the bed, I couldn't help but miss you and wonder where you have been, why it is that you even left, why it is that you even left. I slipped on my sweater, and I stepped out in the cold, and I did my best to keep the air in my chest. It's just another thing that I could not hold. Oh, it's just another thing that I could not hold. But I need you here. I need I made you a picture of our home. I cut all the pieces out of colored glass, and I hung them in the kitchen window, hoping it would bring you home, hoping it would bring you home. Another January begins. Another January begins. Another January begins. Another January begins. And I need
everything I wish I was is everything I'm not. I haven't wanted to see it. I've tried hard not to believe it, but it caught up to me like a god, sword and rod, and a crown of thorns. Everything I needed to know is everything I never will. The moon, the stars, and the seas, all this uncertainty is a cosmically big bitter pill to swallow at will. I can't quite get it down. Everything I thought I was owed is everything passing me by. Fortune, fame, the winnings of the game, built on one hell of a lie. Oh, this life is worth so much more. Everything from which I turned away is everything in your eyes. Now they're looking a little clearer through the cracks in the mirror. I'm sorry I took so long a time. Try to show up for you. Everything I wish I was is everything I'm not. I haven't wanted to see it. I've tried hard not to believe it, but it caught up to me like a god, sword and rod, and a crown of thorns.
My religious aunt recalls a family tragedy in a car ride. The story spills out of her mouth like a communion wine. We had just come from dinner, so it felt appropriate to drink her every word. Her expensive name brand purse, her pulpit, she ends her sermon by saying, "It shows you the power of the hand of God." My family members humbly moved out of a minivan bench. My uncle nods from the front seat. Even Santo Nino bobbles in approval on the dashboard. The rear view rosary swaying like a desperation prayer. And my stone and sage burning queer moody self wants to sigh holy breath. But I realized you can't tell anyone how to worship. My aunt, an unrecognized God herself, speaks as if Jesus is her own son, perpetually surviving and mourning the death of actual Jesus and her actual son, this fiery hell of a family of ours. How can she not see the God in herself? Why is it that she is not the church focal point? Why do our knees not buckle in prayer as she enters the room, as if we don't call her first before praying to whatever is up there? And maybe we don't want to give the ending away, and maybe this is the answer that we've been waiting for all along, but maybe it's also why I've never seen myself as holy, why I've ripped my body into pieces and offered it up as a sacrifice to my relationships, why I've told lovers I'm not even worth praying for, let alone pray to. And I may have never flooded the earth or banished curious fruit pickers from my garden, but I have made an overdrawn bank account pay for wine to heal myself. I've swam in the deepest end, drowned, died, and resurrected, and no one even noticed at work on Monday, and isn't that godlike? I have untangled myself from my stepbrother's grip, ran 1,500 miles north, nearly lost myself in the Pacific Ocean, and still came out with some pretty fly shoes, my God. And there is no book about me, no commandments I'd list to get into my arms, no cross to carry, no stained glass summaries of the tragedies of my life, dear God. And by God, I mean you, I mean my Tita Tessie, I mean Safeway cashier, I mean nightlife dancer, I mean single parent, I mean person at the bus stop, I mean underpaid, underappreciated, exploited, aggressive youth, you, in any sense, I mean me, dear me. Look how far you've come in creation. The power of your hand is the prayer and the response.
You've been a mess since you
able to stand in the classroom light and pledge allegiance at the age of 5? Were you able to goof around and have fun with your finger pointed in the shape of a gun? Were you able to listen at Sunday school when the teacher passed out a list of rules? Were you able to learn that hell's a place where you go after life if you don't behave, if you don't behave? Were you able to kiss your mother goodbye and join the ranks as they were passing by? Were you able to fill out your uniform and stand your ground in a raging storm? Were you able to still believe in peace when you shot and stopped your first heartbeat? Were you able to feel the pain of war like no one's ever felt pain before, like no one's felt pain before? You can wave your banner on a mountain high. You can claim you've got God on your side. You can wear a knife on your Bible belt, but murdering Cain ain't gonna help. I was able to stand in the classroom light and pledge allegiance right by your side. I was able to goof around and have fun on the other end of your pretend gun. I was able to study on Sunday night and memorize all the country lines. I was able to learn that I am one and you are two, and on and on and on and on. I was able to call out a different course, snowed in the walls of the liberal north. I was able to analyze Socrates and hack my way through the Ivy Leagues. I was able to spend my evenings on Camus and Marx and Pierre Proudhon. I was able to watch with a critical eye as everything I need became a lie, as it all became a lie. I can march on Constitution, and I can mock the church and burn the flag. I can fire my words like shrapnel shells, but murdering Cain ain't gonna help. No. Who's looking down? Who begs repentance? Who slams the gavel and who serves the sentence? Who damns the sinner? Who bears the cross? Who sets the bail and who pays the cost? Well, I've been wondering if it's all one and the same. Who is it we'll point to when there's no one left to blame? I wonder, my brother. Are we able to know that we do not know where the answer lies or where next to go? Are we able to let our grip unfold even on the weapons that we cannot hold? Are we able to hope for a clearer day where we don't imitate the very hate that we preach against in the name of love and like to think we're so high above, so high above? We can drag the chains of our history. We can crawl into the shining sea. Say we should be ashamed of ourselves, but murdering Cain ain't gonna help. No, murdering Cain ain't gonna help.
I've been in and out of the Pacific Ocean, across this wretchedly beautiful fuckery of borders we call country, been to love but never through it, 2 puberties, a library wall filled with unfinished books on heartbreak, about 13 breakdowns and only 2 breakthroughs, and I've driven 19 more miles from out of the weather of raining expectations and unpredictions to this gallery of skeletons to tell all of you, make a fucking mistake. I watched a Facebook video wherein the bass drummer and orchestra hit his note with so much passion, the drum mallet flew from his hands and hit the triangle player square in the face. The song never missed a note. But I imagine, in another dimension, that woman yelled F so loudly, it bounced off the walls of the amphitheater and into the mouths of the pearl necklace wealthy white women, and F, 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 F became the best remix the symphony has ever heard. My mother is not as out of her mind as I make her out to be, probably. But she had to have been, to have created an offspring with the man I'm supposed to call father on purpose, and see, that makes me a mistake. but look at what this mistake can do. Look how many lives I've lived. Look how many people can love me. Look how I can learn and change and grow and evolve. Look at the moon. I've read somewhere that a former planet shoulder-checked a piece of our planet, and that piece got captured in the orbit. We call her the moon. And I think that she had the opportunity to roam the entire universe, but she fell so in love with our faces that she committed her body to be on night watch for eternity. Tell me you can't find the beauty in mistakes. I've lost a lot of friends. Life, sanity, time, making mistakes, and I can only hope that I walk this life differently because of them. Next time, I will be so much better, I promise. Tomorrow, I will stand in front of a woman I've never even felt worthy of looking at. She pays all of her bills on time, and she wakes up early to go to the gym or something, and she makes her mama proud, and I will say, make a mistake with me. I've lived on this broken piece of rock for 37 years, and I've never been right about anything. So why would I be right about you? But come with me. We'll spill our combined traumas on each other's shirts. Let's feel really uncomfortable about what we said out loud. Let's go to the wrong airport on the wrong day and still get on the plane when it's actually time. To err is human. So let's be so human, our flesh stinks a fuck up. It'll be my fault, your bad, and our misstep, and let's just do better next time. I'm sorry in advance for tripping on you. I'm sorry if my drumstick hits your face, but the beat is different now. And F, it's beautiful.
And there ends the round. Ebo, thank you so much for that poetry. It's fucking amazing. Appreciate you immensely. So, like I said, that was the round. We had Lerin Herzer, we had Gabriel DeLayne. We're currently having Tiffiny Costello _ me talking right now. And outside, the dancers, oh my God, that was amazing. We have this huge screen. Maybe Ben can pan to it right now because it's ridiculously large. Yeah, maybe it's hard to tell context, but it's very large, and I just became enamored with what was going on outside that I totally forgot to do something I was supposed to do. But that's okay, because we're human. We err, and that's okay. So yeah, outside we had Fox Rose, we had Miss Powers, and Ember Whirls. And the painter was Acute Blaze, and how amazing was it to have it just ramp up to the end and catch it all on fire. Just lay it all to waste. But in waste create something beautiful, which is that. And those will be on sale. You can actually purchase those pieces that she produced tonight. And I believe that if you go to her Instagram, you'll find out how to purchase those. Here at Sessions in Place, we do have a Patreon, and all of the artists that performed here tonight, they have Venmos and PayPals and all that. You will see all of that information, all of their Venmo and PayPal information in the slides that are about to happen after I'm done talking. Oh boy, can you not wait for that? So I should just shut up. No, so yeah, like I said, we have a Patreon. It's Sessions in Place. We have 3 tiers, $5, $10, and $20 a month. We ask that if you enjoy what you saw tonight, consider becoming a patron, because your patronage helps us continue to make things like this happen. And if you enjoy what happened tonight, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money in what you see and what you like. That would go a long way for us. Now, to give you a little brief history by telling you of all of the people that go into making this thing happen, which is Sessions in Place. This is produced by Austin Glass, Ben Strickland. We have Brent James Driscoll right now. I think he's on Instagram Live going in circles. He's doing something. He's doing pirouettes. He's in the feeling the rhythm, if you will. tonight, and myself, I'm also a producer. Tonight, the director was Richard McLean, making all those transitions just translate. So thank you, Richard. The jib operator, Ben Strickland, currently on the jib. It's a fantastic thing that I hardly understand, but it creates these swooping, just gorgeous shots. And then Steady Daddy, here's our Steadicam operator. That's Brent James Driscoll. You probably caught this watching this, but he was inside for Lerin set, and then he ran outside to capture all of the dancing with fire, and then all of the painting outside as well. That is a man with some legs that work, and I appreciate it. We timed it just the other week. I said 30 seconds. I'm sure he got there in less than 20. So thank you, Brent James Driscoll. And then so for the slider camera right here, we have John Higuchi, AKA Gooch. He's an amazing person that's dressed up as a Ghostbuster right now. And we do realize that it is Halloween, and we have not said Happy Halloween at all, but that's okay, because we're embracing art. And so we have him being a Ghostbuster. We had Richard being a wizard. He got too hot. Sometimes when you dress up as a wizard, you get too hot, so you have to take it all off, mostly. So then, the pretty light maker, we have Derek Santo. He is incredible. My God, we are very, very blessed to have him in Sessions in Place. So thank you, Derek. You're a gorgeous human being. I did the audio. I did the curating of tonight. I'm a multi-tool of a human being, a MacGyver, if you will. And tonight, the BTS photographer was Julianne Itter. I've never said your last name out loud. Is that how you say it? Is it? Oh, go me. So thank you so much for being here for BTS. That is tight. I consider her second in command at the Fremont Abbey. Is that right? Sure. It is now. And then social media, PR, we have Carol Faulkner. She's a little BTS, or behind the scenes person as well. This was shot on location at the Ballard Homestead. Our first time. And I thought it was a great time. And hopefully you at home also thought that. We have a few sponsors to thank, and without their sponsorship, man, it would be a tough time because we wouldn't have some beverages, we wouldn't have food, we wouldn't have some of this lighting, we wouldn't have some of these masks that's telling us an important thing like vote on November 3rd or before November 3rd. Also works. Get your votes in, everyone. We have R90 for the lighting. These gorgeous things that are happening behind me, these moving lights. Wow. Amazing. I just fall in love with them every time I see them. Like it's always brand new to me. Black Raven Brewery, they provided some beer for us. You Need a Burger. They always are clutch for Richard, getting him the salmon bootables his body desires. And then we also had Lupo provide some pizza. We had Adams, like I said, provide these masks. Guayaki, man. We had them provide us some yerba mates, and those are the things that give us the energy to create these things that are Sessions in Place. And fuck yeah. John Miller was someone I forgot to mention. He was outside on a tripod for most of the night, and he was also so it's insane to me. The Johns are the most helpful humans ever. I'm like trying to put some haze juice in this hazer, and then one of them comes. And I don't ask. They see a need and they go to it. So thank you guys. You are beautiful humans. Did I forget any other sponsors? Two Beers. They also, shout out Two Beers. I want to have more than the name of the brewery that you are, of your beverages. What else? Schilling Cider, of course. Of course, if I just opened a fridge and looked in it and saw multiple things of that one thing, I would know that I should thank that business. So thank you, Schilling. Appreciate your ciders. I might have one right after this. Anything else? That's 2 thumbs up, I think, in the corner of my eye. Tiffany has been underscoring this whole entire thing, and it's amazing. Thank you, Tiffany, so much, by the way. She just said sure. Yeah, you got a little dingle here, and it's funny. Anywho, next week is our 31st Sessions in Place, and I thought this today. If we would have started on the day that we intended to start, which was April 4th, this Sessions in Place would have been our 31st Sessions in Place on the 31st. However, that didn't happen. So tonight is the 30th Sessions in Place. Next week is the 31st Sessions in Place, and it is going to be bonkers in the best way. It's going to be with Nobi, N-O-B-I, and it's going to be at Olympic Studios. And I am just giddy with excitement and anticipation because we're going to incorporate some projection and just, it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be something that you would just hate yourself so much if you missed. So don't hate yourself and don't miss it. Watch it next week on YouTube and or Facebook. You know, subscribe to our Facebook so that you'll be notified that that event is happening. Follow us on Instagram so that you get the promos and all of that. You get the BTS of this, like tonight, you'll see all of that stuff. And then YouTube, you'll see all of our pre-recorded content, all of our all of our remaster tracks, because what we do is we create remaster versions of these songs because we're recording independently on every video camera and we're multi-tracking the audio. So we put it all together as a beautiful bouquet of a thing, give it to the artist, post it on YouTube, and so you can check out those as well. Like I said, become a patron. You'll get access to more content. So if you don't know about us, there's a whole fuck ton of content that you have to check. So enjoy that. And finally, I want to say, I hope the rest of your night is at least half as glorious as what happened here at the Ballard Homestead. Happy Halloween.